DW 693 News.
15 degrees in Melbourne, a shower or two today, a top of 19 at 3 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Kate Wilson. Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi has urged his supporters not to believe the lies he says are being told about what's happening in their country. He's again blamed al-Qaeda for the violence which has spread across Libya and threatens his regime. Gaddafi was speaking in front of supporters at a ceremony to mark 34 years of his country's people power style of government. Meantime, a Libyan warplane has bombed an area near an ongoing clash between pro- and anti-Gaddafi rebels. No casualties have been reported from the blast in the eastern town of Brescia. 4 toddlers have had a miracle survival after a car crashed through a cubby house at a Maui childcare centre. The children, all aged 3, were playing when a car ploughed into them shortly before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The 81-year-old driver was treated at the scene. Paramedic Paul James says the 2 boys and 2 girls had a lucky escape. Strong winds have hampered the recovery effort in Christchurch, stirring up dust debris, including corrugated iron. The confirmed death toll has risen to 160. Superintendent Dave Cliff says families of those still missing have been able to tour the devastated area in buses yesterday afternoon. The founder of a men's club known as the Brotherhood says he's just an honest former policeman turned businessman. John Moncrief denies anything sinister about the group, despite the Ombudsman describing it as secretive with the potential for illegal activity. Police Chief Simon Overland says he's deeply concerned about the group's activities. John Moncrief says he has nothing to hide and welcomes the Ombudsman's investigation. In other news, the Greens are calling for a ban on semi-automatic handguns because of fears of a political assassination over the carbon tax. And gunmen have shot dead the only Christian minister in Pakistan's government. The minister had been an opponent of a controversial Islamic blasphemy law. Updating sport, the Magpies are set to make a string of changes for Saturday's NAB Cup semi-final, with Darren Jolly, Alan Didak, Tyson Goldsack and Brad Dick in the mix to play against West Coast in Perth. Collingwood semi-final coach Mark Neild says Dane Swan will back up after playing his first game for the year last week. Formula One chief Bernie Ecclestone says creating artificial rain during races could liven up the championship. Ecclestone says the most exciting Grand Prix are in the wet. Meantime, the new CEO of the Melbourne Grand Prix, Andrew Westacott, says the city would do well to keep the race. News time is 3:05.